Please don't blame me for the red lipstick. You know, if you live in Kyiv and when your neighbor is Russia, you never know when Oreshnik will hit you, so you should be prepared for everything.
Attention, air alarm. Please evacuate to the shelter. Увага! Повітряна тривога. Прохання евакуюватися до укриття. Attention, air alarm. Please evacuate to the shelter.
We are not engaged in trade wars, we are just doing our small part to fight evil. Hello everyone, greetings from the capital of freedom. In this video I will show you how we, ordinary residents of Kyiv, live in our city during the war. So what's the news in Kyiv? What's the news in the capital of freedom? It has been raining almost for a week. Now it's quite warm, but the next week we are promised sub-zero temperatures and even snow. Can you imagine snow in April? And it's extremely cold in our apartments. Can you guess why? Because the central heating was switched a long time ago. You may ask why? After another Russian missile or drone attack, I don't remember. So the central heating was switched off and now the temperature is about 10 degrees Celsius. What is this if not genocide? I have to switch on a heater in one of my rooms and the other rooms look like freezers, like real freezers. And okay, let's imagine if it is an elderly person's apartment or if a family has small children. You know, right now there is a flu epidemic in Ukraine. So what is this if not genocide? You know, last night when I was assembling one of our drones, one of our Angry Birds, I thought this one is for the cold in our apartments. I will show you our secret laboratory. Richie. This is the first floor and this is the ground floor. And these are my assistants. And these are our Angry Birds. Ask, what are Ukrainian ladies are busy with when they are not cooking borscht or eating salo? Oh no. What are they busy with? So how does it feel to live in Kyiv in April 2025? I should admit, life in Kyiv is much easier compared to Kharkiv or Kryvyi Rih. You know, my dear friends, I have noticed when Russians have nothing to say, when I'm showing the results of their attacks, they switch to my appearance. So it looks like Russians are committing war crimes. Look at her. She's, I don't know, she is fat. She paints her lips with this vulgar red lipstick, and with these shameless lips she is telling you lies. Oh my God, I think it's the highest level of debate to criticize somebody's appearance. The funniest argument was, look at her, she is wearing a wig. I think even my rich has more hair than me. I think that Russian employers, the Kremlin employers, should lower the wages of bots and just fine them for poor performance. She is wearing a wig. But I should be fair. Some Russian bots are very lenient with me. They even like me, and they write something like, you are a very nice girl, but you are unlucky and you are on the wrong side. I presume on the side of good. So what's the news in Kyiv? What's the news in the capital of freedom?
Life is quite predictable in Kyiv. Good Russians are launching ballistic missiles. It's better to close all the windows.
And I have noticed one more thing. Russians' favorite arguments are, look at her, she's well dressed, she's even wearing makeup. Look at Kyiv. Where is the destruction? Where are the piles of corpses in the streets? It doesn't look like there is any war in this country. I presume Russians want me to walk around dirty and bloody and wearing some rags. I don't know. By the way, regarding lipstick, do you remember in 1940s, yes, maybe 40s, women who were joining the army were obliged to paint their lips with the red lipstick to boost their morale. And I even read that some nurses in Japanese hospitals are also required to paint their lips with vulgar red lipstick to cheer up the patients of those hospitals. Okay, I will tell you a secret. The main Nazi, Zelensky, is forcing all Ukrainian women paint their lips until the war is over. If a Ukrainian woman doesn't paint her lips, for sure she will be arrested, imprisoned, and then executed. That's how we live in Kyiv. Okay, one more story. My cousin, who is at the front line and to whom we are sending our angry birds, used to be a very good-looking, I would call him glamorous young man. He was a successful businessman, yes, with a good car, with expensive clothes. And honestly, I don't like men who care too much about their appearances. I would say I have very classical medieval views on gender roles. So a woman should be beautiful and a man has to be dependable. Yes. So my cousin was very glamorous. I even used to joke about him. I used to tell him, like, you look better than me. But my dear friends, when I saw his picture from the front, and when I saw that man, I started crying because he looked like he had aged 20 years. His bright blue eyes were colorless, transparent. So everything has faded. His skin, his eyes, everything. He was so. I recall that glamorous, handsome young man, and I couldn't recognize him in that tired, dirty Ukrainian soldier in icy trenches with mice. Yes, with mice. By the way, my dear friends, do you remember about 5 frontline cats? They are still waiting for you. Okay, in terms of my cousin, I have never respected him so much as I respect him now. In terms of looks, my friends, Ukrainian soldiers, shared one more story. Okay, not story, like observation. So they told me that all Ukrainian, all female volunteers come to the front line with freshly dyed hair, with fresh manicure, and with the best lingerie. Please don't think about romance or something like this. The reason is pretty simple. If they are killed at the front line, they just want to die beautiful. They just want to die beautiful. I also have an excuse for my red lipstick. Last week I visited my friends in the village, and they reminded me about seedlings. I had forgotten about seedlings completely. By the way, have you prepared seedlings for your vegetable garden? So you can see I'm not a diligent gardener or villager, but I think it's better late than never. So now I have seedlings. Rich and Tosik helped me a lot. Honestly, I'm missing my village so much. I'm missing my village DJ Alcoholics discos. I'm missing pro-Russian mice. Maybe in a week or two I will drive to my village. My dear friends, it's high time to plant seedlings. Last year I plant seedlings in February. Now it's April. Maybe it's too late, but who cares, you know. If our Never Give Up community decided to have... Oh, what is this? Who knows? Okay, something very traditional like cucumbers and tomato. Wow. Look here, someone is driving to her village. It's time to dig. Look at these cucumbers. They are called for your neighbor to feel envious. На заздрість сусіду. My gang is helping me. We're going to our village and we need seedlings. Richie.
Tosik is controlling everything, as always. Look at this village expert. Richie, reach, reach. Look at this mess, my dear friends. But we will have our own crop in the village. Ну, Тосик. 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 Що ти делаєш? Що ти робиш, Боже, Тося? Річа! Стой! Навіщо ти це взяв? Навіщо ти це взяв?
My dear friends, thank you for sending the winds to our angry birds. Angry birds will bring justice to the front line. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you for watching. Pray for Ukraine and goodbye. I have 2 more classes. Yes, today is the Friday, the 4th of April.
There can't be no light if darkness don't exist. He never left my side. He showed me the way out of all the storms raging at the sea. He gave me back my life. I owe him everything.